New tonight, details from a top-secret federal budget dubbed the Black Budget. The Washington Post first broke the news online with details provided by none other than former intelligence contractor Edward Snowden.
It's all the things you don't see, but pay for anyway.
The Black Budget is a term we give to everything in the budget, everything in the defense budget that's classified.
3, 2, 1.
The federal government is massive, wasteful, and growing larger every year. It's time to downsize the federal government. The Department of Energy was created in 1977 as part of the larger federal response to high energy prices. Today it consumes $29 billion a year in taxpayer dollars, $240 for each American household.
The latest leak from former NSA contractor Edward Snowden details the government's so-called Black Budget, the multi-billion-dollar budget request of America's intelligence agencies. The information was obtained by the Washington Post from Snowden. The budget shows the Central Intelligence Agency requested the most money at $14.7 billion. Most of the total pot will go to data collection expenses, one of 4 spending categories, and warning U.S. leaders about major world events like threats, one of 5 objectives. The budget report doesn't just outline numbers, it also details targets. Among the nations listed as counterintelligence priority targets are China, Russia, Iran, Cuba, and Israel, a U.S. ally.
At the time you watch this film, I will not be surprised if in the mainstream media you start seeing more and more leaks, and then eventually a big statement will be made about the technology which the US currently have. I have received an email that ties all these stories together. The Tic Tac, the unexplained aerial phenomenon research, the senator's briefing on the propulsion gap are all connected. And in fact, they are all the same story.
It was first applied for on April 28, 2016. The hybrid aerospace underwater craft is described as being capable of incredible feats of speed and maneuverability, and can fly equally well in air, water, or in space. Without leaving a heat signature.
It's not
things that would make George Lucas envious. We have things out there that are literally out of this world.
The Pentagon has secured a $630 billion budget for next year, even though it's failed to even account for the money it's received since 1996. A whopping $6.5 trillion of taxpayer cash have gone to defense programs.
The Pentagon is almost certainly the biggest source of waste in the U.S. government. Reuters investigation says since 1996, the Pentagon has spent $8.5 trillion in taxpayer money that has never been accounted for. What does Congress do about it? Nothing.
Are these people still locked into a Cold War mentality? Is that the point here? Or are they really hiding something that's totally alien? Is this otherworldly technology that's being applied to Air Force Black projects?
That the military is now experimenting with aerospace technology beyond our wildest dreams.
The objects we're talking about are zipping around and doing hard angled turns. Acute angled turns. In order to do that, it must be controlling gravity. And therefore, what you're talking about is a spacecraft, not an aircraft.
You gave an interview the other day in which you said you've been briefed on unidentified flying objects. Are they real?
Well, I don't want to really get into it too much, but